Source Podcast. Hi everyone, it's Melissa, and I'd like to apologize again for technical difficulties we will have on this episode. This episode, my mic ends up echoing a lot again, but we are working on it. Thank you guys so much for your support and patience as we learn through these mistakes. Hope you guys have a good day. Be kind and enjoy this episode. Okay, bye! Alrighty, everybody, welcome back to episode 13 of the Thickest Stories podcast. I am Melissa, your host, here with
Michelle, Anna.
Yay! And Molly, unfortunately, could not be with us today. So she won't be in the next couple episodes, but she will be back. Don't worry, she will be back.
If you miss her, love her personality, comment below this video or, comment, message. Let us know you want more of Molly. Hashtag we want Molly.
Yeah. So today is my episode. So today we will be talking about red flags.
Oh.
Yeah. So that can be like in friendships, that could be in relationships, that can be in work environments,
family,
anything. Yeah, so like green flags, red flags, boundaries, because everybody needs boundaries. Mm-hmm. And so I feel like our Hmong brothers and sisters, especially us, when we put a boundary down, a lot of elders thinks that, oh, that means you don't love me because you can't go out of your way for me. It's very conditional, whereas boundaries are nothing but healthy lines that you or other people should not cross, for your sanity, for your self-love, for your healing journey. Doesn't mean that you don't love that person. It just means that you come first, basically. Okay.
my peace comes first.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And so,
Not sorry.
ever since ever since the pandemic, this was something that I struggled with a lot, where I came out of revelation to was boundaries, okay? And so let's talk about it today. Yeah. Boundaries, red flags, things like that.
Well, for boundaries, like for me personally, I think that I don't really understand the whole boundary concept because if you think about it, like when you're saying I set a boundary, are you setting it for them? No, you're actually setting it for yourself. Like that was such a hard concept for me to grasp personally.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's for boundary setting. That's what I was just kind of like, yeah, I keep setting boundaries, but it's not working.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes, you can't put a boundary on for other people.
Mm-hmm.
It's for yourself.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. For me, boundaries, it never really crossed my mind with my generation because whatever was said went. So, hell, even to this day, I'm not even sure I set boundaries. I think I kind of just think it, I guess. I don't know. Well, I mean, of course, that's how you do it, but it's like I never really think about the word boundary.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So I kind of, now that I'm like going through my mind, it's kind of like
I think another word for boundary is what you don't tolerate anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's basically what a boundary is. So say if things you don't tolerate in friendships or relationships, like for instance, hitting, physical abuse, that's something that you should not tolerate.
Mm-hmm.
That's a boundary. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If people who don't know what boundary is, that's another way to put it. It's what you do not tolerate anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, say, how maybe like a family member or a friend is notorious for like asking for money. And they'll always give you like a sad story or sob story about it, and you always feel like you have to help them because they're family or they're a good friend and stuff like that. But then one day you will get tired of it to the point where like, I'm going broke too. I ain't got money to give you, so here's my boundary. I ain't giving you no more money. Especially if you ain't paying it back. Yeah, bye.
Yeah.
So that's a really good example right there. So
What about red flags? So red flags is, how do I explain it? Well, according to self.com, red flags are behaviors that give you serious pause or should give you a serious pause, and could sometimes indicate a larger negative pattern in somebody. Okay. So for instance, for friendships, there's a few for friendships. So it would be like maybe your friend is often criticizing you, whether it's jokingly or not. You know when you have that type of friend who will like criticize you, but like be like, oh, I'm just joking, or LOL at the end of a passive aggressive
like
text.
text message, yeah.
Yeah. They only use you whenever they need you. That's a red flag.
Yeah.
When their words and actions do not align at all. Red flag. And there's another one. Us Hmong people always know. They don't apologize.
Oh,
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
Never
Or
apologizing.
Never
when you're
acknowledge that they're
clearly-
wrong.
Yeah,
Yeah,
when they're
owning up.
clearly.
owning up to what their wrongdoing was, or like saying like what that they were in the wrong. Yeah, owning up to it. Yeah.
Yeah, so these are examples of red flags, just certain patterns that they do that you pick up on. And again, it's another thing where it should be something that you should not tolerate. It should be kind of like a boundary area, but then red flags kind of help you get to that no tolerance area. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Yeah. Another red flag would be how they treat strangers, how they treat like serving staff,
Oh my
Oh,
God,
yes.
yeah.
and one big one for me is how they treat like animals as well,
Oh.
because it's kind of like if they're willing to disregard an animal or hit an animal or be mean to it, whatever. Just imagine what they would do with the person. You know, because studies show that it usually starts small, like small little things, and then it gradually gets bigger to like a person. So, yeah, those are red flags for me.
Going back to your waitressing thing, I don't know if I told you the story. I think I have, but like not on this podcast. Maybe I
Okay.
have. I don't remember. But when I was waitressing, so I've always waitressed. I was never in fast food industry. It was just always waitressing for me. And so when I would be a waitress, one of my friend's sister came in, and this is with a guy that she was dating. And she came in, and I was like, oh my God, hi. We said hi to each other. I sat them down, and where I sat them was, they weren't in my zone, okay, my little section. It was somebody else's section, but I was just helping her that day because she was already kind of busy. And so I was helping her, so I sat them down, asked what they would like to drink. And then the guy was all like, can I get a Sprite with lime? And I'm like, okay, yeah, I can get you a Sprite with lime. That's cool. And so I went to go get them a Sprite, came back. We didn't have any lime. We had lemon. So I gave him lemon, like a side of lemon. And he goes, I said lime, not lemon. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. Well, we don't have any lime. We have lemon instead. So that's why I brought it out just in case for you. And he goes, are you stupid? I said lime, not lemon. And then I looked at my friend's sister. And she kind of just sat there like
Like it was normal.
Yeah, like it was a normal thing.
Who knows? Maybe she's scared for her life.
I
That's
don't
her
know.
boyfriend, right?
Yeah, that was her boyfriend that she was dating at the
Yeah,
time.
then she's probably scared too.
Yeah, and
Who
so I
knows?
told him, I was like, oh, well, I'm sorry, we don't have any. Do you want to use the lemon, or you don't have to use the lemon? You can get something else to drink.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, forget it. You can take the lemon back. And I was like, okay. And I walked off, and I was like, bitch, you're not at my table anyway. I'm just being fucking nice to you.
It's like, could you imagine like how like angry these people are internally to where they have to speak to someone like that over a fucking lime.
Right.
You know, it's just a lime. It's just a lemon. A lemon is just a little sweeter than the lime. That's not a big deal. So it's just kind of like, why on earth would you make that big a deal? It's like, golly. It's like, what is going on in your life? Or what's like pinching your balls that's making you be all shitty like that? So, I don't know.
Yeah. And so I don't know what happened, but I know that I think she ended up not marrying him. Thank God she married somebody else.
Mama.
Yeah, but she was so like hooked up on him, and I'm like, he is the rudest piece of shit ever. Like, come on.
Well, okay, to play the devil's advocate, she's probably used to that.
That's true.
That's why I said that. That's why she just sat there.
Yeah.
Because it's normal.
You know, who knows? Maybe it's normal, or maybe he's abusing her, and we just don't
Oh,
know.
that's true.
You know, and it's kind of like, better not say. You know, sit down, shut up. Better not say anything before I beat the shit out of you. You know, who knows?
Yeah.
You know, better act right while we're out there, even though he's the one that needs to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, maybe that's the situation, but yeah, that's a red flag.
Yeah, definitely a red flag. And I'm just like, if y'all don't know me, my face is loud, okay?
All of our faces are loud.
I won't say it, but my face is loud. That's why I recommend watching these podcasts on YouTube, because you see our faces.
Yeah, no. Ain't no way.
Dang, that's crazy. That's like one of those things you hear online about red flags. It's like people being rude to, you know, service employees. Have you guys personally experienced a red flag though?
Yes.
You really?
I would say yes. Like, you know, kind of like how on TikTok there's a girl that there's a Hispanic girl where she like kind of recreates like toxic women friends. And there's one where she's like, when another woman puts you down in order to make them look better in front of a guy, kind of thing. And yeah, that's happened to me a couple times. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Or
I believe
just-
that for you.
Or just in general, it's like they just put me down in general just to make themselves feel better about themselves. Yeah.
It's like, girl, go heal yourself, man.
Doesn't it heal me, Michelle? Because I'm perfect and she's just fat and ugly and I'm beautiful.
OMG.
That's how it is. So, you know, they're big headed. That's what it is.
Yeah, I never understood that growing up because now that you've mentioned that, yeah, I have seen a lot of girls do that. And I just never understood it. I don't know. Maybe it's an upbringing thing. I don't know.
It's
or-
what the kids call them is pick me girls.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Pick me girls. Yeah.
Yeah, the pick me. So I'll do anything.
Yeah. I've also seen it from a guy too, like a guy doing it to a guy.
Wow.
And I told him, I was like, damn, way to throw your friend under the bus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I'm just saying. And I'm like, that had nothing to do with it. Like, you did not have to throw your friend under the bus like that. And he's like, oh, it was just a joke. And I'm like,
No, it wasn't.
that's not a joke. Okay, you don't have to call him that in front of everybody, which it's kind of sensitive topic, you know? So it's like you don't say that in front of everybody in a public restaurant,
Yeah.
you know?
And again, it's like I don't understand why you would do that to your friends because obviously they're not your friend if you're treating them that way. You're just using them to feel better about yourself.
A real friend will always be your cheerleader and support you. You know?
And if there is criticism need to be made, then it should be constructive criticism without what's the
tearing down like your
there you go.
tearing down your character or anything
Mhm.
like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. You people shouldn't even have friends. It's like go be by yourself. Go, you know.
But Michelle, I need those friends to make me look better.
To make me feel better about my bitchy ass.
I need them.
What's the point when nobody will like you?
They don't know that. They just don't have 100 friends.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
no,
I hang out with all these people.
all these fake people.
Yeah, that's the sad thing. What about like when you go home at the end of the night? Who's
Yeah.
really there?
Yeah,
who's
who's
really got
there?
your back?
What you gonna do?
Mhm.
Sit there and cry because you
Yeah.
got nobody.
Yeah.
So sorry, got a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, according to this article here, I think this red flags go for more relationships. So one of the red flag, or like the number one red flag, is they rush into a new relationship too quickly,
So rebounds.
basically, or they don't know how to be alone. They hate being alone, therefore they jump from person to person.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, which
That is a red flag.
which I know.
Plenty of people.
Yeah, plenty of people who do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is because they're afraid to be by themselves. They feel like they need someone to love them at all
Yeah.
times.
Outward validation.
Yeah,
God.
I guess that's one way to put it. Yeah, yeah, and it's kind of like, no, you don't need that other person, because it's kind of like it's okay to be by yourself, you know. But I understand too that some people don't know how to be by themselves because they always had somebody in their bubble, you
Or
know?
they don't know that they are uncomfortable being with themselves. You know, I know some people where they feel like they need love, they want love, but they don't know that the reason why they are lacking in that, it's because they just don't know how to love themselves.
Right.
Preach it, girl. That's exactly right. Love yourselves.
Mm-hmm.
How do you expect someone else to love you and be happy with you if you can't do that to yourself? Does that
Right.
make sense?
It does.
Yeah, because if you're not happy with yourself, then all you're going to do is turn that sadness and anger to that person. Because you don't know how to control it.
I feel like it's easy though to say like love yourself, you know? And I wish that someone, because they all say like, just worry about yourself. Okay, but how do we do that, you know? And now that learning and growing on my own, it's kind of like love yourself by setting the standard with yourself. Go date yourself, you know, get yourself on a date, buy yourself flowers, you know, set your standard with yourself, whether it be with relationships or friendships. You set the standard with yourself, and that's where it goes and builds on from there.
Mm-hmm.
Because nobody says it. They just say, love yourself. And I'm like, okay, bitch, but how? How? I don't know how to love myself.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's really true.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, yeah, that's how therapy was for me with my therapist. Because I would tell him, like, I don't know how to love myself. I don't know what to do. Like, I don't have any hobbies. My life is boring. I don't know what my interests are anymore. Because I've done nothing but be a mom and a wife. Therefore, I've lost myself. Yeah, I lost myself. I don't have anything. I don't know how, or I don't remember how to love myself. Therefore, you like I have to relearn it. I'm still learning it, even though it's been what, a year and a half, 2 years now.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, it's very hard to figure out how to love yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It can be a very hard and difficult journey, because especially if you don't have anybody to lean on. That's why we have this podcast. It's like, if you need someone to lean on or talk with, I mean, comment below, you know, hashtag Mama Bear Club here, you know.
Yeah, no, for real. Like, if any of y'all need like advice or just somebody to listen to you, like if you're a mom with kids, a single mom with kids, or whatever, yeah, I'm all ears.
You know, we should start like, I don't know, maybe we should put like a phone number out there and be like, call or text, just like your questions and whatever, and then we can like talk about it.
Yeah, we could probably do like a text thing.
Like a Google.
Yeah, Google phone,
voice.
because you can
Yeah.
text and say like, hey, text us here, you know, for some fun or
Or, like,
advice,
Yeah.
anything. I don't know, as long as it's not too crazy, because.
Because I know some other podcasts, they do Discord, and they create a Discord thingy
Oh,
where people
yes.
can interact.
Oh, it's
like
a
that.
community.
It's a
Building
community.
a community. That's probably better than doing the phone then.
Yeah.
Because then they can actually come together and, you know, help each other out.
Yeah, and so we can try to do something like that, make a Discord.
Oh, that would be cute. Yes, I'm all for that.
And then, like, I know a lot of times they would do, like, oh, this week we're going to be talking about this. If you have any questions or have any, like, scenarios that you want to talk about, you know, just post below and we'll pick out a few and then talk about it.
Yeah.
So.
We could probably do that.
But, yeah, so another thing about rushing to relationship too quickly, people say it's also referred to as love bombing.
Oh.
Which is also a red flag. So,
Like like the person who's rebounding is love bombing.
or, kind of, yeah, I guess you can say. They kind of more of the love bombers because they're the ones who are more of like, oh my god, I love you, because they're wanting that, like, that validation from them, you know? Either they're wanting that validation or they're wanting that control over that person. So therefore, oh, I can't control this person anymore, then I'm going to bounce to somebody else, kind of thing. Yeah. And so...
Oh, I never really thought to connect the two like that.
Me neither, until I read this article, and I was like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because that is a way that they would do that. But if those who don't know what love bombing is, it's basically drowning your other person in love, pretty much, like too soon, too quickly. Like, say if after 5 dates, you guys are like, oh my god, let's move in together. Oh my god, I love you. Oh my god, you are my soulmate. And they're just constantly love bombing you, you know? Which, I mean, like, if that's like you and that's how you love, like, because you love strongly, then, I mean, go for it. Good for you. But there's some people who use it as a manipulative
tool.
Yeah, tactic.
See, that's the thing that is so hard about the human experience is, like, when you meet someone, you never know what their intentions are. Because, see, I got trust issues, you know. Trust issues gang here. Because, like, I don't know what their intentions are. You don't know if they're love bombing or, you know, if they're doing good for you. So, I don't know. All I know is that's why they say love yourself, because otherwise everything will come at you and you think it's fine.
That's true. Love bombing. It's funny how you say you're not a very trusting person. I feel like I am a very trusting person. I think, like I said, I think it comes with our upbringing as well. It's like I always see people, like strangers or whatever on the street, like as they're good people first, kind of like innocent until proven guilty, basically, type of thing. That's how I see life. That's how I view life.
Right.
So I'm not gonna be walking down the street and like playing scenarios in my head. Oh, that girl right there is gonna steal my purse, or that guy right there is gonna try to take me away. I don't do that. My mind is not. My mind doesn't work that way. I just see the good in people. As naive as that sounds, I'm also not stupid. It's like I may treat everyone the same, whether or not they have a past, but that doesn't mean I'm going to follow that person blindly or like turn a blind eye to whatever it is that they do. That's bad or whatever. So yeah, I feel like I have this like this ever trusting thing, because I don't have a problem trusting people, because it's kind of like what have they done for you to not trust them?
Right.
Because I mean, I get it. Like, you don't know them, you don't know what they're capable of, so you, of course, you shouldn't. Some people will be like, you shouldn't trust them because you don't know anything about them.
Right.
I'm like, yeah, that's true, but that's also like not fair, especially like I said, when you don't know them.
Yeah. Which in this article, she says, you know, as long as it feels right, you know, then
Oh yeah,
yeah, good for you.
Yeah.
Then it probably is going to be right, you know. But if you feel something off or something that just makes you feel iffy, suspicious, you know, then that's when you probably need to like put a pin in it for a little bit and see if that pattern keeps coming up again.
yeah. I'm not one
You
to
know?
ignore bad vibes
Yeah.
or anything like that, you know. So yeah, I can be very trusting, but I also trust my gut and the vibes that I feel.
So it's like trust your gut instincts, basically.
Yeah, check your body, how your body reacts to it, you know.
Yeah.
And so, but yeah, so the next one is, again, this is for relationships. If they describe all of their exes as crazy.
Like all of them.
Usually, yeah. That's a very manipulative person.
That's a you problem. Not
yeah,
there.
exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Or they will like constantly talk about it. Like they'll find a way to like bring it up sometimes.
Yeah, that's definitely a red flag. That would irritate me if my boyfriend or
Or like just
husband-
somebody you're talking to
yeah,
will do that.
yeah. It's kind of like what? Yeah, red flag. I don't even have any really much to say about that.
Yeah.
I don't either, because I would just be like, why are they crazy?
Because then with mine did that. My ex did that a lot. And I was just like, okay, no. Kind of like change the subject.
Oh my god.
Didn't really think much about it, but
All those red flags popped up, huh?
yeah. And now I'm just like, dang, Melissa, you stupid.
It's fine.
You were young.
Yeah. But it was just, yeah, you kind of learn, you know. Red flags is a thing where you kind of have to experience it.
On your own.
Yeah, in order to be able to recognize certain things.
That's like the whole, like, I'll back you up, but it's kind of also like your own experience. Even though we're talking about like the red flags in relationships across the board, we can say all we want, but if you want to go drink that crazy juice, go ahead. Just know I ain't gonna help you if you're drowning it. Cause
Yeah, you better be able to float on your own.
I know, right? Because all we can say is, here is a paddle and a boat. Don't die.
Yeah. Good luck.
Yeah.
Okay, next one. This one can go both ways, whether it's relationships or friendships. The way they express anger makes you feel unsafe.
Woo, that's true.
Red
Yeah,
flag.
that's me. You know me. I'm, like I said, my, what was it? Sexual personality.
Yeah.
The guardian. I have to feel safe. If not,
Yeah.
I'm out. Okay.
Bye.
Yeah, I'm out. I won't say bye. I'll just figure out a way.
Yeah.
Which is kind of sad because like every scenario I'm in, I always have like another escape plan, you know, which that's a trauma response.
It is a very trauma response.
Okay, that's a
right there.
trauma response. Okay, so
Like you have a worst case scenario thing, or you're saying you have an exit plan?
I have an exit plan. So like I'd be like, okay, if I come into somebody's apartment, I'd be like, okay, so I can exit out the front door, and then try to figure out different ways out of that front door where I can like lose them, like if they chase after me,
Yeah.
kind of thing. Where can I go? What's the closest
So then
public
your
gas station?
your fight or flight response is flight then.
Yes, because I cannot fight.
Because to me, in my
But yeah,
situation,
it's also
to
like that
fight.
too, where I would also
Oh.
try to figure out, okay, what can I use?
Oh my God.
What can I bring?
It's like those people who suffer from trauma or like PTSD, where like if they go somewhere and they have to sit in a seat where they can see the door.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whether it's at home, restaurants, at someone's house, or whatever. Yeah, they have to sit in the spot where they always see the door because they're constantly on guard due to like past trauma. So they always have to see who's coming in, who's leaving. Again, like you said, Melissa, an escape route or whatever. Yeah. So yes, that's a very big trauma response.
Yeah.
Which doesn't always have to be a trauma response. It could just be like a safety thing, like for yourself. But most of the time, it's a trauma thing.
Which is kind of sad because mostly it's with girls. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only girl. Like, technically, I have no, like, reason why I have that trauma response besides me being by myself at college for the longest time after Anna left. And so I was left alone in Tahlequah, with people who I didn't trust with my life besides Anna and one of my other friends, Sunshine. But Anna already left, and then me and Sunshine didn't get close till like later on. And so for the longest time, I was by myself. And so it's like I had to rely on myself. Therefore, caused that trauma of fight or flight kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm by myself. There's no one around to help me.
Yeah.
Type thing. Yeah.
What can I use? How do I get out?
Sorry,
kind of
I'm just
thing.
laughing because instead of feeling our feelings, analyzing everything that we're going through is also a trauma response. So
Oh, yeah.
No.
See? Yeah, see?
I'm just laughing at that because that's what I do in my therapy is I'm like, so I know that I did A, B, and C, but actually I blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, and then she always goes, but tell me how you are, like, just where are you feeling that in your body and just let it happen. And I just realized that now, like, bitch was over analyzing and she needed to just calm down and breathe is what she was trying to say to me. And I love my therapist, but because now that I'm thinking about it, she's almost like, okay, but tell me how is it, where do you feel it in your body?
Oh.
And like, let it happen. So I'm just telling you.
Oh, yeah.
Everything leads to trauma.
So she's
Yeah.
saying like the way you're overanalyzing is like your way of not wanting to feel it.
Yeah, we're avoiding it.
Ah.
Because basically, and I've seen this discussion before online. We're going a little off topic, but it's like people always say like, just feel it, feel your feelings. But people are like, how?
Oh, I saw a
How do
TikTok
I
video
feel?
on that.
Yeah.
And I think the way that my therapist explained it is like, you gotta have to listen to your body, and then wherever the sensation is, recognize it, and then just that's it. Like, don't try to overanalyze that. If you feel like a lot of my sensory stuff, whenever I'm going through something, is usually in the pit of my stomach because I have anxiety. So I don't feel good, and I'm always like, oh, I feel a sensation in my stomach, and then she goes, okay, good. Identify or like where it's at in your body, and then like just take a couple deep breaths, and then she'll help me like kind of make it dissipate too. And then she goes, now where's that sensation now? And I'm like, it's gone. And she's like, okay. So I think it's like finding the sensation in your body.
Oh, because that girl on TikTok, she was kind of feeling something, and then she was like, okay, she's like on the verge of crying, and she's like, okay, I need to record this so that way I can show you guys how I feel it, and how I feel it, and then how I express it back out. And so she was like she was like crying. She had to put music on. She listened to music, and then she kind of had to move her body around in order for her to actually have like a really good hard cry of what she's feeling about.
Yes.
And then you can see it kind of like go through her, kind of thing. And I was like, oh, that's actually pretty cool. That she's able to, I guess.
I'm sorry, I'm not laughing at that. I'm laughing at myself because now I'm like thinking about it, and I'm like, I don't think I do that.
No, I do not.
No, so all of that, that's why people probably say that, like, the trauma is just stored in our body, until we just break down one day and we're like, I can't no more. And we're like,
I've also heard about, like, I've also seen, too, where, like, this is totally off topic, but, yeah, with trauma, where, like, they would, like, let you, like, relax, or they'll, like, massage a certain part of you, and then it'll kind of just, like, all come out. And I've seen people whose bodies are, like, convulsing and shaking and things like that. And I'm like, oh, my God, maybe we need to go to one of these.
I don't know if I can handle it. I'll probably be like,
Yeah.
I'm thinking like, so is your head like in that little massage hole in the massaging?
So
and
like
you're
what you're
suddenly-
doing is basically what you're doing is basically like yoga. And so you're like on the yoga mat and they're telling you to like do a certain thing and to like relax, and then like certain parts of your body will start to like I don't know what they're saying or what they're doing, but they'll like start convulsing because of all that trauma is being released that's being held there.
yep,
Well, we could look into it.
Yeah.
We should look into it and see.
try it one day.
So yeah.
Okay, so
Anyways,
backing up.
going back, yes, the way they express anger is makes you feel unsafe. That's a red flag. So, for instance, if they are angry and they punch a hole in the wall, or
Flip furniture.
yeah, make you feel
Yell.
unsafe, make you scared,
Yeah.
it's a red flag.
Yeah, that's a no for me.
And I know a lot of us Hmong women, we know, yeah, we know,
Yes.
It's not normal, ladies.
it's not.
It's not.
Okay.
I know we've all been raised to think that, when men get angry, they can do whatever. No, it's not normal. So,
The next one is again for relationships and friendships. They don't listen to you. For instance, a scenario is say like maybe you and a group of friends are talking about like what's the next thing you guys should go do, what should we go do, and then you say, oh, maybe we should go to like the mall, and then nobody listens to you and they're talking over you, and then the person next to you says, oh, maybe we should go to the mall, and everybody's all like, oh yeah, that sounds a good idea, yeah, and then you're kind of like, bitch, I just said that.
yeah.
If that happens a lot, they're not listening to you.
Yeah.
Because they don't care.
Yeah.
So, red flag. I've seen that happen a lot in friend groups. So, if you do see that, speak up for the person because it's just, they already feel alone as it is because nobody's talking to them and they already feel left out. So, if you are a good person, which I'm thinking and hoping all of you guys are, speak up about it. Let them know that you see them. Okay.
Yeah, that also reminds me when someone's like telling a story and then like somebody else talks over them and then they kind of just stop talking. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because somebody else of more importance took over what they're talking about.
I feel like I understand that too, but like if I were to be 100% honest, I think it also depends on that person's upbringing too. Because I came from a big family and we're really loud and rambunctious, and we like, if you don't get your say in it, you won't never get your say in it, and it only until like after I had been married to your brother and then come in and like I learned that what I did was how I was really rude, and I for the longest time felt really like guilty about it. And I was just kind of like, okay, well then I guess I'll just shut down and not say anything because I don't want to be rude, you know? So I think it depends. There's so many layers to it, like an onion.
Like I said, I feel like a lot of it doesn't mean that it's automatically red flags. Okay, a lot of it is sometimes it's just communication with the other person.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
And communicating, I think that like we all don't really understand what communicating is, because even like right now as Mike and I go through therapy, we're just learning the bare basics, and we're like, dang, why is it so hard for us to communicate?
Yeah,
So.
surprisingly I learned at work, which is funny, at work, that the golden rule of treat others as you would like to be treated.
Yeah.
Wrong-o.
No, it's like something else.
It's the platinum rule, where it's treat them as they would like to be treated. Okay, because what I like is probably not what Michelle likes.
Yes.
Okay.
That's right.
So therefore, that communication didn't even work, because I think I communicated because that's how I would like it, but with Michelle, it's probably not.
Yep, that's right.
So it's all a lot of communication.
Communication and their perception.
But if you guys do have that communication, and you guys both understand, but they still do it multiple times, then that's where it may be an issue.
Again, there's like a lot of layers, whether it be like
Yeah.
friendships or like relationships,
Mhm.
because on top of me saying, there's, if you have trauma too and integrated with that, like I get triggered really easily by yelling. So if someone is in that friend group and they're the same as me, but like they don't know how to communicate that, they just know that when they're like in a disagreement with that friend in that friend group, they just kind of shut down and then they don't feel safe and then they just stop. So it's kind of like then they still remain friends, but then they don't do anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And just that's why I said support system.
Yeah. The next one is they push your physical boundaries, even in innocent ways. For example, if you don't like being tickled and they still tickle you, even though you say stop, and they still do it,
Okay.
that can be a red flag a little bit. Not all the ways, of course, but you know.
Sorry, just something.
Okay. What?
No, I'm just being stupid because I'm the stop, but really don't stop.
See, yeah, there goes again. Like it depends. Scenarios.
Yeah,
scenarios can
scenario-wise.
differ. So,
Mm-hmm.
but yes, that's an example.
Mm-hmm.
Or what is it? Like say you gave up drinking or whatever, but your friend will always
Offer you.
always continue to offer you a drink.
That's like in the Hmong community when they say, I'm telling you to keep drinking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, I'm good. And they're like, come on, are you a bitch?
Yeah.
Like,
You're
yes, I am.
disrespecting me because you're
You're
not taking my
drinking it
drink.
in my house.
Yeah.
So thank God right now the circle of friends that I'm in, they're kind of like, do you want to drink it? If you don't, then it's cool. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, how the pressure's off.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's also a physical boundary right there. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a big one.
Because I know one of my friends, she's a nurse, and so she has to help with like surgery the next day. But then one of her other friends were like, "No, could just drink with me, drink with me." She's like, "No, bitch, I can't drink because I gotta help surgery tomorrow morning, in the morning." And she was all like, the other friend was like, "But you can still drink, it's okay." And then she finally had to go say these words, saying that like, if you knew that your nurse was hungover, helping the doctor through surgery on your kid who's like hanging in the balance of life and death, how pissed would you be?
You know what that friend say?
And she didn't understand it.
Oh my God, because
She
she's
was just
selfish.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
She was just like, but you should still drink with me. We don't drink a lot. And she's like, bitch, I drank with you last weekend.
Wow, I hope she dropped that friend.
I think that
Yeah.
friend, in all honesty, if you're looking at it from a bigger picture, they don't know how to probably address their own issues. That's why they drink a lot. Why else do they want to push for other people to drink with them?
Yeah.
So
But yeah.
Again, heal yourself, girl.
But Michelle, I don't want to heal myself because this trauma is really good. Someone explained trauma like spice. They're like,
Oh my
it's
god,
like, have
that's
you heard
so
about it?
you.
No, somebody said that like, going through life with trauma, it's like your whole life you had spice to it and it was good, tastes good, and then when you go to therapy, your life is bland. So you're like, what am I gonna do without the spice?
Yeah.
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 So maybe that friend is like that.
It's like my life is too damn peaceful. I need something.
Or like they
Yeah.
make their trauma their personality.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
Wow.
Yeah, but all it all goes with if they don't want to help themselves, they can't.
yeah,
Then
that's
that's
me.
it.
Take it or leave it.
Oh.
Okay,
God.
bye. You gave me the leave it.
Those people who say that, that's me. Take it or leave it. Toxic. Yeah, I don't think you should be hanging out with those types of people anymore. This next one, as all of us should know or would know, is they gaslight you. Okay, this can be coming from parents, siblings, family, friends, your partner.
Does anybody have a good example
Anybody.
of a gaslighting? Or does that article have some?
Yeah, so if those of you guys who don't know what gaslighting is a emotional manipulation where your partner twists reality, making you doubt your perceptions through denial. For instance, if you guys are having a fight and he or she says, I never said that, or you're too sensitive, that's gaslighting. Even though you know they did that, but
They're making you doubt
Yeah, they're
what you're
saying, oh,
thinking.
you're just too sensitive.
And then you start thinking, am I being too
Yeah.
sensitive?
Am I being crazy? You're
Am I being
crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what gaslighting is.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I've been gaslit my whole life. You telling me?
Or they blame you pretty
Oh.
much. Kind of like in
Shots fired.
for instance, Mother Gothel from Rapunzel, where she's really the bad guy, technically the bad guy. And she goes, "Fine, you want me to be the bad guy? No, I'm the bad guy." Kinda
she
thing.
gaslights her.
Yeah, she gaslights Rapunzel.
I need
all
that
the time.
soundboard. I've been gaslit my whole life. Goosh. I don't know.
Yeah. That's gaslighting. So if you watch Rapunzel again, Mother Gothel, how she treats Rapunzel, that's gaslighting. That's a good example of parents who gaslight you all the time. Gaston, I think in Beauty and the Beast, I think he
Gaslights Belle?
is it Belle? No, I think he's just narcissistic. Is what the Gaston is.
Yes, he's
Yeah. narcissistic.
Oh,
Not gaslighting.
obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he gaslights, does he? I know Mother Gothel does. Only.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's gaslighting. Again, that could be like, oh, that was just a joke. No, bitch.
It's like, no, you meant that. You know?
No, yeah, that was not cool.
Yeah, no.
Let's see what else we got. I think microaggressions can be a red flag a little bit.
What's a microaggression?
Just saying something that's like,
Racist.
yeah, it could be like a little bit racist, a little sexist, homophobic, transphobic, a little bit. Mm-hmm.
It's like people saying, "Ooh, that's ghetto." That's a little bit microaggression too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Would like how back in the day when you're with like a group of friends and they say something dumb and they'd be like, oh, that's gay.
Oh my god, I used to be one of those people to say that, but that's because I think everybody was just saying it.
Yeah, everybody was just saying it. We didn't realize back in
How sensitive that was. Mm-hmm.
yes.
Instead of saying like, "Oh, that's dumb," it's always,
That's
"Oh,
lame."
gay."
Yeah.
Yeah, gay. Yeah. Which, oh my god, I'm so embarrassed for myself.
Yeah, right.
Another one is people are defensive and unwilling to grow. Again, another take me as I am.
Yeah, that bothers. That's
Or they play the victim all the time. We know people who play the victim.
You know, yeah, I'm tired of that too.
Mm-hmm. They victimize themselves. Meaning that if you guys don't know what that means that they're always, not really always in the right, but everything is just working all bad for them. They are the victim all the time. I can't get a job because
nobody's hiring or nobody
Yeah.
wants to hire me.
nobody wants me. I've already tried. Nobody wants me.
When really you're just sitting on your ass at home.
Yeah. They don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're healthy. They're able to do anything, but they refuse to not because they believe there's something wrong with them. The world's out against me, kind of thing. That's victimizing themselves. Let's see here. Oh, this is a good one. They rely on you as their sole support for serious mental health issues or past traumas.
So it's like when they trauma dump.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of guilty of that. but I was saying that like from when I trauma dump, it's like I'm disassociating and I just dump it out. Like it just comes out like puke
Yeah.
for me.
or like they know they should go get help, but they don't want to go get help. So I'm gonna use you instead to dump all my shit onto you.
Oh my god, I feel so bad. That reminds me of my college friend. She has like an alcohol abuse problem,
Mm-hmm.
and she would call me here and there, like, but then when she calls me, it's always when she's already drunk. And I think that one time, like, I knew she drank a lot, and I just didn't get in her way. And then like the last time that I really really helped her, I actually walked her to a clinic to get help with a therapist.
Mm-hmm.
But I think after that, then I stopped talking to her, and then she reached out to me one time, and she said, "Oh, hey, let's go to like Walmart or whatever together." And I'm like, "Okay." And I was like, "Are you okay?" And she goes, "Yeah, I'm fine." And I'm like, "No, you are not. You are drunk."
Mm-hmm.
She goes, "I'm gonna drive us." And I was like, "No."
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, "Get in the car. If you need something, I will go and drive us there, and then I'll help you. But
Yeah.
other than that, you are not driving." But I'm just like flat out drunk, and I'm like, "Okay, no." And then I think like after I dropped her back off home, I was like, "Do not call me anymore."
Again.
I said, "Do not call me anymore." Setting boundary. I was like,
Yep.
"Do not call me anymore because I'm trying to help you, but you're not listening to me." And that was years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And remember when I told you that this friend, she reached out to me like years later?
Mm-hmm.
She blamed me for something. I think she got mad at me. I said, "You need help because every time that I'm talking with you, you it seems like you're very depressed." And I think that because she lost a baby.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, it can be very traumatic, and I think that there's only so much I can do to support you as a friend.
Yeah.
And I think that you should go get professional help. And she goes, "So you think you're too..." She's drunk when she's talking to me. "You think you're too good for me? Huh?" And I'm like, "What?" And then she hung up on me, and I'm like, "Fine, bitch." And I blocked her. And I was like, because the type of friend that Melissa and I are, we're very honest.
Yeah.
Right? So I was like, "Look, I'm done helping you, being nice, and I think that at this point, I can't help you anymore, because my safety isn't concerned when I'm with you all the time, and I've already told you, like, I can't help you the way you need help. If she's just wanting to vent, cool, but she doesn't do that. She actually, like, is mad at me, and she's still mad at the world, for, unfortunately for her losing her baby.
Mm-hmm.
She's mad at everybody, even me, even though I have nothing to do with it,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. She's definitely one that would need professional help, And for those who, like, never cut off a friend because of that, it's like sometimes it's necessary,
Yes.
like what Anna says, for your safety, for your own peace of mind.
Mm-hmm.
And also, it's kind of like a tough love type thing where they will have to go do it on their own.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes it needs to be done.
Especially if
Yeah.
you've already mentioned to them and communicated, like, "Hey, I cannot help you, like, with this." Like, if they only come to you when they're in need, like they're drunk, and they don't come talk to you about other things, then that's, like, I guess you could say a red flag too.
Mm-hmm.
Like what
Yeah.
you said.
They only come to you when they're in need, and that's what that one friend did to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I really love her because, like, when she was sober and we hung out, it was like the best of times. But man, she gone and ruined it, and I can't help you no more.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And like it also goes back to again how you're feeling, how your body feels. If you just feel drained
Oh,
from
yes.
that person, or you already feel drained of knowing that that person's gonna come talk to you, that may be a friendship where you need to think about if you want to be friends with that person again.
It was really hard personally for me to let go of that friendship because that was like one of my real first college friends, like outside of
Yeah.
the Hmong community. So I was like, "Oh my God, like, yeah, I'm ecstatic,"
Yeah.
but that's what happens.
Yeah. So boundaries, everybody, boundaries.
If you don't feel safe, and what did you say the other thing?
If it exhausts your
If
body.
it exhausts you, yeah. If any of that comes up, you don't have to keep that friendship.
Yeah.
And you don't have to be like mean about it. You just be like, I can't do this anymore. Please give me space.
Mm-hmm.
And then if they get really messy, well, that's another topic for another episode.
Yeah. Yep. I think when it all comes down to it, if they just make you feel bad about who you are, they're not a great person. They're not a good person.
Well, we're
That's
meant
a major red flag.
Yeah, we are all mental health advocates too.
Mm-hmm.
So if you ever feel like you're stuck and you don't know what to do, honestly, go see a therapist. Because they'll probably be like, well, they'll give you ideas on what to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I mean, yeah, we're here. We're here for you. We're here to help you set boundaries into your villain era. I'm in my villain era all the damn time.
I'm like, I was like, wait, am I doing it right? That's how you know how old I am, because I'm like sitting here trying to what?
Yeah. So if you guys don't know what your villain era is, it's basically you choosing you and saying fuck it to other people. You know, you being the bad guy in other people's stories because you are no longer enabling them and helping them with their dumb shit. Okay?
Yep.
You are empowering yourself. That's what villain era
You go,
it is.
girl.
Yes.
Okay.
It's time to stop being the hero to
Mhm.
everybody,
Mm-hmm.
because you can't do that forever.
Right, yeah.
That's
Especially
not your
family
job.
members.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah, especially family members. Okay, I'm sorry. We love y'all, but
we can only deal with so much.
mm-hmm.
That's complicated though.
Yes.
Mhm.
More complicated than
And
friendship.
that's all on you when you decide to finally put your foot down, put your boundaries down, what you can and cannot tolerate anymore. If they are disrespecting you constantly, you know, even though you're trying your best to help the best you can, and they're just sitting there saying mean shit about you.
Not
talk-
acknowledging it at all.
Yeah.
Maybe you can make a part 2 episode for family. This version of for family.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
If you guys like it.
yeah, because us Hmong ladies, us Hmong gentlemen, we know. We
Yep.
know. And so it's very conditional love, you know. And so sometimes you got to put a stop to it, you know.
Yeah.
Can't do it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And so it doesn't mean that we don't love you guys. It just means we got to take care of ourselves first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can't pour water into other people if you yourself are empty,
Yes.
you know.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So everybody, I guess this is going to end episode 13. So yeah, remember to love yourself. Remember to date yourself. Remember to put those boundaries down. Remember to put pins and little itty bitty things that you might see as red flags. You know, listen to your body. If it makes you exhausted, if you makes your chest feel tight, makes your stomach feel funny.
Your head hurts.
Yeah, listen to your body. Pay attention to it. But yeah, so we love you all. Yeah, thank you guys for listening. Bye.
Bye.